A few weeks ago, I did a video primarily asking if Erik Ten Hag could actually see what we as fans were witnessing week in week out, and have been for the last 6 months. I asked this because after every game where we have lacked energy, cohesion and effort, he will go in front of the press and attempt to explain to us that the draws we had just watched wasn't in fact as bad as it appeared, that we had played well and deserved the thoroughly undeserved point, or 3 that we had somehow walked away with, that the inability to pass to a teammate, whether they be stood 3 or 33 feet away, wasn't the failing we seemed to think it was, that the unwillingness to press an opponent when they had the ball was no big deal, and that our willingness to present goal-scoring chances to whichever side we are supposedly competing with was nothing to worrying about. I'm not sure I ever really answered that question, but thankfully, on the back of yet another lazy, flat and underwhelming performance, Erik decided that tonight was going to be the time for honesty. His reply did a better job of answering my previous video than I ever could. Now the narrative. The media are clearly pushing to get Ten Hag sacked so United can install someone totally unsuitable and underwhelming. Yes, I mean Southgate is crystal clear to anyone with a hole in their arse. But when shit performance is followed by shit performance, questions do need to be asked. And tonight he was asked if he was concerned by the amount of chances opposing teams are having in our box. The obvious, normal, and expected answer would, could, and should have been yes, of course. It's a concern to come out and say, as long as we get the result, then no. Implying that we have a great keeper who will stop us falling into the shit is refreshing in its honesty, but misguided to say the least. In far too many games this season, the right result has come about not because of a good team performance, but mad scrambles in the dying minutes. Winning games late on is great, but it isn't a strategy. It's desperation. A Hail Mary to whatever we have tried in the previous 85 minutes hasn't worked. To discover this is all part of the plan is a sobering realization.